Marvin, man, getting close to showtime. Main event,
Absolutely.
ABC, Darren Till. This must be really, really exciting for you.
Yeah, man, it's good. 3 weeks out, we're gonna stay on the day, step by step, but yeah, it's coming up and I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, and I know you've been working hard for these type of opportunities for a really long time, especially like the ABC platform and all that kind of stuff. I mean, does this really kind of take it to the next level? Is this like kind of the coming to fruition of everything you've been dreaming about?
Yeah, I mean, I make sure I do my job 100%, and then whatever comes, the more the better, of course, but I'm not gonna control on that. Like if it's on ABC, if it's on ESPN or whatever it is on, I can't control it, and I'm obviously happy the more exposure it gets. But what I'm gonna focus on mainly will be to be as ready as I can for my fight and to put on a show.
Yeah, and coming off the last one, I mean, what did you learn from that first main event that you can take into this, and maybe whether it's the preparation, the mental side of it, all those things?
Yeah, a lot, man, a lot. I'm so glad I went through that fight, and I had such a great opponent in Jerk Hermanson, and it was just a great experience. I remember that's the first thing I said to him even after the fight. I said, today we both got better, and I mean, I'm very glad I was the winner, and but I mean, I'm sure he got better too, and we both got better from that fight. And once you go that far and you dig deep, you dig that deep into a fight, you'll definitely find out more about yourself, and you learn things that you might have known about yourself, but you never really got to experience and do. And no matter how much you know about yourself, to do them is different, So now it's great, and I feel like mentally I'm in a good spot, and in general, and when the build up to a fight, I can deal with it pretty good, and I can recognize when my mindset kind of like shift, and I can bring it back and stuff. So I'm happy, man. And it happens to a lot of people, but not to me. And because I know like these spotlights are what you've been working for your whole life. Now, if you can make the most of it, once you get those spotlights, it's useless. So I know like this is when it comes, like this is the moments where it all like where you'll make it worth it for. So yeah, man, I can't wait.
Yeah, and your confidence must be on a different level too going into this scenario, because the last one, it was date change, round change, opponent change. You've known for a while this is going to be the date, this is going to be the fight,
Yeah.
This is going to be the rounds, the opponent, all that kind of stuff. So your focus must just be on that highest level, right?
Yeah, I'm ready. Again, when I'm ready, it don't matter the rounds, to be honest. They could have changed it now and tell me, it's 7 rounds. And I'm like, okay, no problem, And I think even after my last fight, even more, but even before, I'm not really thinking too much time in fights, But definitely now, I'm not thinking time at all. 5 rounds is a long time in there, and if you think time, I don't think it's the right mindset. So, yeah, no, it's good. When I'm ready, and of course, now that I had the time also to prepare, it's even better.
Yeah, and I'm sure in your mind, it's going to be 5 rounders from here on out, right? So that's going to be your new normal.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Do you like the way they're touting this, like, the best middleweight in Europe and all that kind of stuff against Darren?
Yeah.
Do you like this promotion for the fight?
I like it. I mean, I'm already the best middleweight in Europe, to be honest. Like, these guys keep choose positions out of nowhere without fighting, but it is what it is. I get to fight him now, so we get to prove it. I get to prove that I'm the best again, and it's good. I think to be honest, even watching the last Saturday, the fights last Saturday, I'm on a different level, man, and I'm gonna show it in 3 weeks, and then when I'm gonna fight for a title. I'm mentally, physically, and technically on another level than these guys. And I've heard like bullshit stuff, like kind of saying like, oh, he's gonna use strength and I'm gonna use technique, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, you talking about technique? You're the guy that like you've probably been skipping grappling for the last 10 years, and you're talking about technique just because, your punches looks kind of clean.
So is it fair to say you think maybe people overrate Darren's skills a little bit? I mean, what do you kind of make of him? I know you said in another interview you thought maybe his ranking was a little unjustified. Do you think maybe people think too highly of his skill set as well?
I don't know. To be honest, I'm overthinking about what people think too, because I think a lot of things are there to see, but people don't see them. And it's not to throw like, and I don't want to talk about others, but we see him like so many times. I'm like, man, like, and maybe I don't, I'm not always like, you ask me like to pick who wins into a fight. Sometimes I'm wrong, but like, I can see the level of the skills, and a lot of people outside, they don't. They jump on the hype train. Media loves to jump on hype trains too, and to pump these things up. But you can't trick me. I've been here for a while now. I know the level of these guys when I see them. Like I can see the technique they're pulling off in their fights. And fights, the winner of a fight can be determined from so many things that sometimes, technique could be taken over by something else. But I can tell, definitely can tell the level of technique. And some of these guys are not good. And I'm like, they're still like giving him so much hype, and then at one point they just crumble and they get exposed. So, but again, I'm overthinking about what people think, because about me, about my opponent, I do me, the media do them, the people do them, and
Is that kind of what you were referencing of when you saw the fight last weekend with maybe Derek Brunson and Kevin Holland? There's a lot of hype around Kevin Holland, and when you look at these guys, are you just like, hey, I'm on a different level, and they're kind of showing?
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to, not to say anything bad about them, but it was either both sides. It was not I don't believe it was like elite level fighting. Yeah. I think it was not elite. It was good fight, but it was not elite.
Well, that kind of kicked off, this run of middleweight fights that we're having in main events. We got yourself and Darren. The week after, we have Whitaker and Gastelum now. When you kind of look at the lay of the land here, do you feel like you're the next guy if you win? Everyone's, Izzy's talking about, oh, Till's going to be the next guy. Are you feeling a little disrespected by this whole narrative?
No, he's doing it on purpose. He's definitely doing it on purpose. He wants Till to win, and he's trying to get under my nerve. I'm not, I can see these things miles away, and but he knows what's gonna happen. He knows what's gonna happen, and I mean, Darren Till is not, is a good fighter. Like I'm not gonna underestimate him. My attention is 100% on him, and he's dangerous, and I have to put my whole attention on him. But that's I'm confident that my next fight and his next fight. My next fight will be him, and Israel's next fight will be me.
Was there any disappointment? I know you feel like you've already beat Israel once, but to see him actually get that first official loss on his record against Jan, did any of that take the luster off the rematch for you and be like, damn, I wanted to be the first guy to beat this dude?
I didn't really care. I don't like that guy, so I didn't want any good for him either. So, but I think the winner of that fight is the guy who deserved to win, and that's all I need to, that's all that matters to me. I mean, I think Jan was better, and a lot of the things I predicted about that fight, and it happened, and I'm happy the judges judged it the right way, and I think Jan was really good defensively. And he shut down Israel game, and then he mixed it up a little bit, and he did a great job. And even now I'm a little bit disappointed because, not that I care, but sometimes I see these things and I kind of I wouldn't like that to happen to me. I'm like, media are all over again, Israel again, and nobody talks about Jan. And Jan is just the winner of, current champ, just the winner of a guy that was not that was the champ of middleweight coming up and take his belt. And I just see him being in Poland, just doing his works on furnitures and stuff. But I like that guy a lot, and but nobody, I don't feel like he gets enough credit. But anyway, I don't care. Jan blocked his way off taking the light heavyweight belt. I'm gonna take the middleweight belt, and once for all, the hype train will be derailed.
Yeah, and last thing, in your mind, I know you said you don't overthink the platform of ABC and all that kind of stuff, but there's going to be a lot of people watching this, if you go out there and put on the performance that you want against Darren, and then I think that sets you up for the title shot, like when do you kind of see this coming to fruition? Do you see yourself being the champion in 2021 for sure?
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen in 2021. But definitely, like my next fight has to be a statement, like my last one, and have to go out there and like put a really dominant performance, because that's what's gonna make sure that nobody's gonna take away my next title shot, you know. So yeah, I'm not gonna go out just trying to like steal the rounds and then edge a 49-48. That's definitely not the game plan. So I'm gonna go out there trying to show that I'm on a different level, how I'm saying, and I'm not scared of saying it, and putting the pressure on me to prove it, because I know it. And yeah, man, for sure, I'm ready and I'm gonna show it.